The much discussed, much debated, occasionally maligned and sometimes feted Champions Trophy begins in just a few moments, and you couldn't have asked for a better venue. Live from Centurion, one of our favorite grounds, it's South Africa versus Sri Lanka as the Champions Trophy gets set for its brand new avatar, the top 8 teams in the world. That's what they're playing for. As I said, the top 8 teams in the world, each one of whom has a chance of getting there. It's a fairly hot day today. Almost feels like a midsummer day after a dry winter. 2 groups of 4 teams each. A lot of us believe this is what makes this championship so special. Australia, India, Pakistan. Now the West Indies, how will they play? There's not too much known about some of those players from the West Indies. The top players not quite here, just taking a little bit maybe of the sheen away. And then Group B, England, New Zealand, and the 2 teams that line up today, 2 outstanding teams, Sri Lanka and South Africa.
Well, that's the news from the centre. It is South Africa who have won the toss and they have decided to field first.
So then let's see how they line up. Now, South Africa pretty much expected with Wayne Parnell, the hugely impressive left-arm seamer, still earning his spot ahead of the vastly experienced Makaya Ntini. So South Africa looking very good. There are lots of bowling options, but the 2 players that stand out there, Johan Botha and Roelof van der Merwes, plus Dumini as a spin bowling option. Sri Lanka, on the other hand, opting to play Angelo Matthews down at 7 and playing 2 spinners in Mendes and Muralidharan. Malinga, Kulasekara, Angelo Matthews. That will be their bowling lineup. Samaravira comes back into the one-day side after some success in the home one-days, and that is a big change from what we normally see with Sri Lanka. So the Sri Lankans need to prove that they're a good side here in South Africa. The record here isn't particularly outstanding. Players like Sangakkara, Jayawardena, Jayasuriya, the core of their side, don't quite have the best record. South Africa, on the other hand, have an awesome record in South Africa. Wonderful win percentage. They'll start favourites today. One of the reasons is this side. They bat very deep indeed. Smith, Amla, Kallis, Dumini, de Villiers, Boucher, Morkel. And then if you go down, Botha and Roelof van der Merwe, they all bat. Then Steyn and Parnell, the young kid who's batting pretty well too. So it's a very well-balanced side. 4 seamers, 2 spinners, batting all the way down to 9. They always look good on paper, South Africa. Now Dilshan, Jayasuriya, Sangakkara, Jayawardena, Samaravira, Kandambi, Matthews. That's 7 batsmen. Matthews has been very impressive in recent times. Then Kulasekara, Murali, Malinga and Ajantha Mendison.
And out there for the Sri Lankans, a man who's played in every one of the Champions Trophies so far. 40 years of age and still a match winner on his day. Sanath Jayasuriya, 439 appearances, and batting with him is Tilakaratna Dilshan. Now he's made rapid strides in his career, especially in the last 12 months or so. He's blossomed into a wonderful stroke maker. And ever since he got the opportunity to open the batting for Sri Lanka, he's made it count. Dale Steyn will start the proceedings for the South Africans, 26 years of age, their fastest bowler, their strike bowler, and his job will be to strike with this new ball. So here we go. Dilshan, the man on strike. It'll be interesting to see how this pitch behaves. It's the start of a season. It'll be a fresh pitch. There should be some life. And the 2 umpires for today's game, Ian Gold, played many years for Sussex in England, played for England as well. Used to be a wicket keeper, and of course Simon Toffel. He's the best umpire in the world at the moment from Australia. Again, stroke through the offside. This will be the first boundary of the Sri Lankan innings, and again not trying to hit it too hard. It's a shot of a man in form. The Sri Lankans have played a lot of cricket in the last couple of months, and the footwork was positive.
Well, he picked out mid-off with his first drive, but on that occasion Dilshan, as Ravi said, didn't try and hit it too hard.
That's nicely put away. That really is bread and butter for Sanath Jayasuriya. Short, wide, and it gets the treatment.
And interestingly, he's hit it between cover and mid-off. I think Jayasuriya was looking to go much squarer with that shot. Perhaps an indication that the ball didn't come onto him as quick as he expected. I'm sure he was trying to probably hit that over point, which is one of his favoured areas. but it's gone very close to, well, between cover and mid-off.
He goes again. This is an even better shot. Consecutive boundaries here for Sanat Jayasuriya. And you're right, Ian, just seeing the pace of this pitch, it's not quite coming on to the bat. And ample time for Jayasuriya to put that away off the back foot.
Yes, he wasn't fooled the second time. This time it was more of a forcing shot off the back foot rather than his cut shot. And there's no doubt where he was intending to hit that one. He got it right where he wanted to.
That's close. The finger has gone up. It looked out. The moment the ball hit the pad of Jayasuriya, just got the feeling he was expecting the short ball again and was caught in the crease.
Yeah, I'm sure you're absolutely right, Ravi. He was looking for the short one. It's a clever piece of bowling by Dale Steyn. Just a little bit of swing back into the left-hander. And umpire Gould is not fond of giving LBWs, but he didn't hesitate too much there. So the first wicket is down with 16 on the board.
So the captain of the Sri Lankan side comes out to the middle, Kumar Sangakkara. Left-hander replacing left-hander. 31 years of age. Terrific all-round player. That's a good shot. Again, we see it's a quick outfield. This. Once the ball went into the gap, it raced away into the boundary. 3 gone, 21 for 1.
Once again, very well placed there by Dilshan. I don't think Johan Botha picked that up at mid-off. He was very slow to get started. Not that he would have caught it anyhow.
That's flicked away. Again, once it beats the infield, it's a quick outfield. This will race away to the boundary. Already seen anything fractionally loose, and Dilshan has put it away to the boundary.
That's the first one really on the pads. We saw the graphic just a while ago showing how many of the boundaries have come through the offside.
Well, there he goes again. The shot that he's patented. It's not only a T20 shot. He's saying whatever the duration of the game, bring it on, I'll play it.
Yes, something special here from Dilshan. Not a one you want to recommend for the kids to practice, but he pulls it off remarkably well. Tempted slow ball there by Pranal, still manages to get enough bat on it over Boucher, and on this fast outfield, races away for 4.
Just closes his eyes, puts his head down, almost like he's paying obeisance to a deity back in Colombo. Oh, that's a classy shot. 3 boundaries in the over. Parnell struggling here. I think he's down a bit on pace as well, just in the early 80s.
Yes, Wayne Parnell enjoys it when there's a bit of swing on offer. Not much happening there today. Pretty good wicket. The ball's not doing too much. And Sangakkara just starting to find his feet. He's watching Dilshan punish from the other end, and he's managed to deliver a bit himself.
Well, talk about using the power play as well. That's 10 boundaries already. Majority of those coming off Parnell. That makes it another fine over for the Sri Lankans. 11 of it with that boundary from the last ball. Just going on, looking increasingly better. 62 for 1 from 9 overs. Just drifting down the leg side. Sangakkara would love it in that area. Almost too easy because fine leg was up.
So notice that Jacques Ellis turned to cross seam there. Not much swing on offer.
That's not why you struggled yesterday. That might run away as well. Please, it's raining boundaries here. 50 of the partnership as well. And Parnell continues to struggle. Not sure it's a great idea to give them room down that leg side. 53 from just 44 balls, shrugging off the early loss of Jayasuriya.
Yeah, I don't think Graham Smith will be too happy with that bit of bowling. He just moved fine leg squarer. And Parnell straying down the leg side, making it an easy boundary for Sangakkara.
And as a result, space on the offside. Just the way in which Dilshan throws his hands at the ball. And on this outfield, there is no question of chasing the ball. Would have been difficult on this occasion in any case, but just too quick.
Yeah, just gives himself a lot of room there with his foot. Doesn't get it too much to the pitch of the ball. Allows his hands to do the work. Very well square of the wicket. No chasing that one down.
Oh, that's gone as well for 4. 50 comes up for Tilakratne Dilshan, and it's been a typical Dilshan innings. Full of brilliant shots, brave attacking shots.
Yes, Dilshan's played superbly well. Hasn't allowed any of the bowlers to settle. To put the attack to the South African bowlers right from the first over. 11 fours, only 38 balls. Exactly what Sri Lanka would have wanted from the opener.
Free hit. It has. It's gone a long way. Full use of the free hit. 16 coming off the over. It gets better and better. 103 for 1 from 14. Yeah, I think he was going to do that anyway, come what may. He was just going to free his shoulders and let it go. Currently in international cricket, the form he's in, he does that better than almost anybody else.
Short, pulled away with relative ease, really.
Yes, that deserved the treatment. Very short. Pulled it down, trying to bowl it quicker.
Again, dealing in singles at the moment, these two batsmen. And last one, bringing up the 150. 150 for 1 after 25. And that brings up his half century. Nicely placed innings this by the Sri Lankan captain. He knows exactly his job on hand. He's given Dilshan excellent company.
Excellent effort. His job was made easier by the way that Dilshan has played as well, because Dilshan kept the scoreboard ticking over, which allowed Sangakkara just to come in and play the anchor role after Jayasuriya got out.
So we'll see what he was saying to Dilshan there. Come on, we've got South Africa on the mat here. Let's drive this advantage home. Again, superb placement. The boundaries beginning to come now, even off the spinners.
Well, JP Duminy into the attack for the first time, and his first delivery goes through extra cover for 4. Dilshan has played that shot beautifully all day. JP Duminy has been a bit of a wicket taker for Graeme Smith. It's been a partnership breaker. To underestimate his off spinners, but he's got the ability to get some turn.
Well, has he got some bat on it? Well, he lifts up his bat. He reckons he's got some bat. The umpire thinks so as well. And this is a magnificent 100 from Tilakratne Dilshan. Over 500 runs in one-day internationals this year. And he carries on the good form even in this Champions Trophy.
Third ODI century for Tilakratne Dilshan. He's one of the biggest improvers in the world game. They're in an excellent position, largely due to the efforts of this man.
Soft chest, 87 balls. Like the way he's paced his innings. Looked for the boundaries early on. Then when the field was spread out, quite happy to work the ball around for singles. Still got the occasional boundaries. That's in the air, taken. Soft dismissal in the end. The partnership is broken, but not before Sangakkara and Dilshan have put Sri Lanka on their way.
We've seen this far too often. JP Duminy coming into the attack with his innocuous looking off spinners, and he gets the breakthrough. Sangakkara trying to play this on the leg side, but he played too early. Leading edge, very easy catch back to JP Duminy, and that's the breakthrough South Africa was looking for. Sangakkara has gone for 54 of 74 balls, 174 for 2.
So 28 overs and 174 for 2. And the former Sri Lankan captain Mahela Jayawardena comes out to the middle. Good man to have coming out at this stage of the innings. That's in the air, should be taken. So Steyn strikes with the first ball and he gets the dangerous Dilshan out. Short delivery outside the off stump, and all Dilshan does is help it on its way to third man.
Bowling change has worked. Melby Morkel taking the catch on that third man boundary, so exactly what Graeme Smith is looking for. The two established batsmen both losing their wickets within an over of one another. Not a good shot, short and wide. Dilshan couldn't get over the top of that one. Probably try to get it squarer, got that top edge, and Dale Steyn strikes with his first delivery in his second spell. Excellent innings though. Dilshan on his way for 106, 181 for 3.
So Thilan Samaraweera comes out to the middle, 33 years of age, he's the birthday boy. It's his birthday today. Comes out to bat with his team in a good position, 181 for 3, another heavy run getter this year.
Short wide and cut away nicely.
Yeah, very well played by Jayawardena, looking for the opportunity to score through the offside. Dragged down by Botha. Jayawardena, man of experience against spin bowling, doesn't miss out on the opportunity to cash in. Far too much width there on offer.
Short and pulled away. Oh, it's a brilliant effort in the end. Dale Steyn, he's done his bowling, he's trying to do his fielding, but even that valiant effort, well, he might have hurt himself there, can't stop that excellence from Jayawardena.
That would be a big blow for South Africa if Dale Steyn's done himself a nasty. Fully committed to the cause to try and prevent that boundary. I think if he had mentioned to his captain before he dived that he might hurt his left shoulder, he would say just leave that ball alone.
That's 4. Luck going Sri Lanka's way at the moment.
A little inside edge, just got it past Boucher. Wayne Parnell has, he's probably the bowler who, certainly at the start of the innings, he looked a little underdone. He's come back looking a bit better in this spell. Very nearly picked up Jayawardena. Just a little bit of movement. There really hasn't been much there for the bowlers.
Cheeky, and it comes off. This is a shot that Tilakaratne Dilshan made his own, but now a lot of other players in the Sri Lankan side also doing the same.
It was very cheeky because they just brought the fine leg up. Just a few puffs of dust when the ball's pitching as well, which I'd be a little nervous about it if I was a South African batsman.
He's got hold of that beautifully. What a lovely way to get to the half century. That's gone all the way actually. It's gone straight on the rope. So Mahela Jayawardena has produced a very useful half century for Sri Lanka here.
He certainly has. Just for a while there, it looked as if he was going along too slowly, but he's paced his innings pretty well. A glorious way to bring up his half century over extra cover. Nas gave himself enough room. Kept his head nice and still and hit beautifully through the line.
That is just such a wonderful shot. He's waiting for it. There's control of it at all times.
Well, it's an excellent stroke. It's a premeditated shot, but very well executed. Talked before about the difficulty for Wayne Parnell now. He's got no protection on the leg side whatsoever. That delivery was about a good way outside off stump, probably a foot and a bit.
Oh, that was asking for it. That was a seriously bad ball. That means it's been a huge over. 15 runs came from it. Yes, that means Graham Smith's got another problem on his hand. He can't keep going with Parnell, who's got an off day. It's now about 8 overs for 67. Samarvira 3,400 of the partnership comes up at better than run a ball. And will be taken. So at last something going South Africa's way. It's a pretty good wicket because Jayawardene was scoring heavily in these power play overs. Good catch. I think you'll find that Dumini's actually anticipated where the ball was going because there's a good 7-8 yards outside that 30-yard circle, the edge of which he was standing upon. So Jayawardene has gone for 77 from 61. That is a catch for Dumini, made it look very simple. And Sri Lanka with 3.5 overs left and now 297 for 4. In the air, and he's taken. Now that's an extraordinary dismissal because I think he was looking to clear with Samarvira. He was looking to clear square leg of mid-wicket. He got a leading edge and he got a very healthy leading edge. So 2 wickets for Parnell.
Good catch by Roelof van der Merwe. Just for a minute it looked like there was going to be some misunderstanding between him and what looked like AB de Villiers, but he held his nerve, kept his eye on the ball, and 2 from 2 for Wayne Parnell. He tried to go over mid-wicket, got that leading edge. It went all the way down to third man, calls for it and keeps his eye on the ball, which is key, and completes a good catch.
So Samarvira has gone for 37, 297 for 5. New batsman in is Kandambi. Big, strong left-hander. 27 years old, he's been around for a while. And he plays it straight to the man on the edge of the circle. So Parnell keeps picking up wickets towards the end. Kandambi, the latest. 314 for 6. Now Kandambi gone for just 6. Actually, the chip shot was on because if he'd cleared Dumini on the edge of the 30-yard circle, it might have gone all the way.
So Parnell gets a third. That'll make him feel a little bit happier. It's been a difficult match for him. So Kandambi is on his way for 6 or 5 deliveries. 314 for 6.
New batsman at the other end is Nuwan Kulasekara. Sometimes put bat to ball and produce some big shots. On the bounce. They're going to go for the second, and that's almost certain to be run out. Just got the feeling towards the end, the ball took a bit of time getting to the bowler.
Well, umpire Simon Torfel is going upstairs for a look.
The objective behind going for the second was to get Matthews back on strike. He's got to be out. It's just that the dive came about 2 yards too late.
Okay, he's way short.
So wickets going in a heap towards the end. That should be the end of Nuwan Kulasekara. Run out, but run out in a good course, trying to get the batsman back on strike. It's 316 for 6. Right, 2 balls to go, and out comes Murali now. Is he the quickest between the wickets? Is he going to get Matthews back on strike quickly enough? It's bowled him. What a good last ball to bowl. In fact, what a good ball to bowl anytime from Dale Steyn. So Sri Lanka lose 8 in their 50 overs. You've just got to say that Sri Lanka probably 10 or 15 less than where they might have been at a certain period. But they'll take what they've got. 319 for it. Angelo Matthews bowled for 15. What a good ball.
Perfect Yorker to finish off proceedings. So 320 will be required for a win. Angelo Matthews, he's gone for 15 or 14 deliveries. It's a formidable total, but it's not beyond South Africa. It's a good pitch and a quick outfield. We could be in for a thrilling chase.
Tilakratne Dilshan's innings was the difference, I think, in the end. 106 from just 92 balls. He was excellent. Sangakkara is a good foil, 54 from 74. And then the other 100-run partnership between Mahela Jayawardene, 77 from 61. That was a key wicket there with Parnell picking up 3 at the end. Samarvira 37. And they finished the Sri Lanka with 319 for 8. Those are the two big partnerships we were talking about. 158 at runner ball between Dilshan and Sangakkara, and 116 at much better than runner ball between Samaravira and Jayawardene. Very little else. That's something that the South Africans will look at too. Staying 3 for 47. Parnell went for a lot of runs and just picked up some wickets towards the end of the innings. 3 for 79. But none of the quicker bowlers really had a great day. Kallis went at over 6 and over. Morkel 9.75. And it was once again the spinners who did it for South Africa.
The South Africans will need a record of sorts here if they have to put it across the Sri Lankans here tonight. The highest score here at the Super Sport Park here at Centurion, 300. That was a chase made by the West Indies against the South Africans a good 6-7 years ago. There's no Herschel Gibbs playing today, so big responsibility on the shoulders of the captain. And he's got with him Hashim Amla, who will open the batting. Really, Kepler, from South Africa's point of view, this new ball will have to count the first 15 overs.
Well, they'll have to get out of the blocks pretty quickly, because it's important that when the Sri Lankan spinners come on during the middle part of the innings, that South Africa is up with the run rate, and also that they have an established batsman at the crease.
Yes, you normally would say it's stating the obvious when you say going after the bowling in the first 15 overs, but the conditions are such. Kepler mentioned about the spinners in the Sri Lankan lineup. Also, this pitch is too paced. It will get slower as the game progresses. So you've got to make the most when the ball is coming onto the bat. Now here's Lasith Malinga. Fans in this country would have seen him quite a few occasions. They call him Slinger Malinga.
He's very good with the older ball towards the latter part of a one-day innings, where he gets the ball to reverse swing. He's also got a very good change of pace, particularly with that older ball. He bowls a very good slower delivery.
That'll be 4. We've seen already when Sri Lanka were batting how quick this outfield is.
Off the thick outside edge, down to third man for 4. Graham Smith using the pace of Malinga.
Doesn't matter how it comes, he flashed hard, there was intent there. Get boundaries early on in the first 3-4 overs, that'll take a lot of pressure off Smith. Get the South Africans some momentum as well. Bowled in. Inside edge, back onto the stumps. And Matthews draws first blood here for the Sri Lankans. It's Amla who has to depart.
Bowling change has worked. Matthews strikes. Amla trying to play too square. The ball kept a fraction low. Came off the inside edge directly onto the stumps. So this is disappointing for Hashim Amla. In the absence of Herschel Gibbs, he wanted to get a big one, but just played away from his body, looking to force the ball through the offside. So a big blow for Sri Lanka. Matthews, he gets the breakthrough in his first over. So Amla on his way for 2. South Africa 9 for 1.
Jack Kallis comes out to the middle at number 3. South Africa's most experienced batsman. Again, you can see Smith walking across the stumps, working it on the onside, and he will get the boundary to end the over. 4 gone, 15 for 1.
Good shot by Graham Smith. He does this pretty well. He gets across onto off stump and then looks to play through that leg side. Good contact this time, and very good timing as well.
Beautifully played. Nice work with the bottom hand just when he made contact. 2 good boundaries for Kallis in this over. One on the offside, this last one on the onside.
This will frustrate Sangakkara because he's set predominantly an offside field. Much protection on the leg side. Kulasekara just bowling that too straight.
That's 4. With the field you've got, you just can't afford to bowl middle and leg to Jack Cullis.
Leg stump half volley and terrific balance by Jacques Cullis. Also excellent weight transfer through the shot. He does look in good form.
Yes, and he's so much happier when he doesn't have to take the risk. He can still put the ball away to the boundary.
Negative 5 of the over. It's 38 for 1 after 8.
Jacques Cullis has always been a glorious player of particularly the cover drive. Cover drive, square drive, loves to play that. Really good extension there. He gave that a nice clear. Cleared the cover field very easily. He looks extremely confident, Jack.
That's a great shot.
Well, that's not one that Graham Smith is known for. He bats with a very strong bottom hand grip, which means you get a bit of a closed space. So you don't see him play too many glorious cover drives like this one. That was a good one. There's a man at short cover. I think for a second he thought that he was going to have a chance for a catch. No chance.
And then he'll go through long off. On this outfield, if you've beaten the infield, you really don't need to chase the ball. It's gone.
Yeah, you're not going to waste a lot of energy in the field chasing balls. Graham Smith has decided it's time to go. He's seen his partner is in good form at the other end, so I think that's given him the confidence to start putting the foot on the accelerator.
That's gone as well. Now he's starting to really make these power play overs count. A lot of pressure on the Sri Lankans because they're only playing 3-seam bowlers today. At some point he's got to get Malinga back.
But Graham Smith really showing off his offside play tonight. It's not an area where you expect to see him hit a lot of boundaries. He'll score runs on the offside, but not the way he is at the moment in boundaries.
Well, that's order restored. Short, it stood up, almost too simple for Smith. Right, so they're striking back, the South Africans, and they're doing it in style. It's just 72 miles an hour.
I think he conned the bowler into thinking that he was coming at him again and just pitched a touch short, and Graham Smith had quickly, having indicated that he might be coming forward, was quickly onto the back foot.
And then he'll go through the offside as well. 50 of the partnership comes up with a spanking off drive. I think he's making a statement here.
But I think what's happened is he's seen Cullis come in and be in such good form, and he's thought, well, that's got us going. I can now, and Cullis looks in pretty good touch, I think I can afford to start getting a move on rather than play in a cautious manner. And boy, he's really looked good.
Will not go. Not sure he timed that ball very well. Might just another day gone down in Chevil's classification of the silly shot. I think it also helped by the fact that cover had come up from the edge of the circle to a catching position.
Murali's thrown him out of his right pocket nowadays. The arm's getting down really low.
good shot. Might have been the slow ball. In fact, it was just about 68 miles an hour. But he picked it, did Graham Smith. Right, so this is just the over they wanted. A couple of quiet overs. Now they've got 9 with 1 ball left.
He's been prolific through the offside tonight, Graham Smith. He had a bit of a lull there in the last couple of overs, but suddenly he's found his touch again through the offside. Good timing.
Just a little too short for that slow ball.
Beautifully played. Wonderful, wonderful timing from Smith. Brings up a magnificent 50, 52 from just 40 balls. Yeah, he's been out of cricket for 2 months. Haven't played a competitive game. And he started slowly, but his innings has really got going now.
Yes, that was an absolute top shot. Put it down as the best he's played. No pace on the ball of the off-spinner, but glorious on drive to bring up his half-century. 39th ODI 50 for him.
That's brilliant batting. It really is very, very good batting. The man was just moved from fine leg to a mid-wicket position. Graham Smith realised it, wanted the sweep, got the sweep away.
I didn't think they would go after him, Nick, but Graham Smith's got other ideas. He's played the on drive, then plays the sweep.
No man at mid-wicket. That shot prompted a field change. That was where he came from. It's really thoughtful batting. Brilliant. Brilliant. Completely outfoxed Graham Smith. What a moment in this game. Kumar Sangakkara has turned to Ajantha Mendis and he hasn't disappointed.
Well, it looked like it was a leg break. First time the South Africans are playing Mendis. A little shake of the head as Smith goes. He certainly didn't read it. Yes, that came back to him. He was looking to play for the off break, but that's the one that he turns back into the left-hander. Just brushed the pad, then gets the stump. So Mendis has struck with his very first delivery. Smith is gone for 58, 90 for 2.
South Africa's momentum has temporarily been halted by some very, very good bowling from Ajantha Mendis. Hit down the ground, yeah, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant catch. Angelo Matthews diving forward, never easy to judge, and the pressure told in the end. Kallis trying, I think, to go over the top, didn't get the connection. Very, very good from Sri Lanka.
Yes, Mendis has struck for the second time. Kallis this time not been able to get hold of it. Drives a good catch, low catch, well taken. Angelo Matthews holds on to him, the youngster. Completing a good catch. Disappointed Jacques Kallis has to go. He's made 41, South Africa 113 for 3.
JP Duminy, the new man in for South Africa and under pressure. Come of age really as an international cricketer in the last 12-18 months. I wonder if the left-hand, right-hand combination may just help and affect the line of the spinners. We'll find out. So pressure on, a slip in place as you'd expect. Now 5 men in the circle. So they don't want Duminy just rotating the strike here. They want to bowl at him. Well, they won't be bowling at him for long. Brilliant again from Sri Lanka. Mendis completely deceiving him. I think it was extra pace.
Not often do you see the stump knocked out of the ground of a spinner, but Mendis has done that, and as he did with Smith, he's sneaked that through the gate. That's the leg break. Dragged it in. First ball that JP Duminy faced, and Mendis celebrates his third wicket. Duminy goes without scoring. South Africa 113 for 4 now.
So this contest is moving on at great pace, thanks to Mendis really. 3 for 10, and he's on a hat-trick. Mark Boucher, the experienced Mark Boucher,
really flew off that outside edge. Right, let's put it to a champion sliver. Would you put that down as a chance?
Absolutely no chance at all, first slip with that one. I mean, Boucher's played it. He's played it very late. He's almost not quite off the back foot, so that gives it less travel time to the first slipper.
No, we may not, because I think we've got a wicket here. Nasid Malinga has come back for a second spare, and he has picked up a very, very important wicket. You've just got to ask yourself if this is the final opportunity.
De Villiers was looking for the short one. I think he was trying to make it into a short pitch delivery, and Mendes just got on him too quick. Hit very high up on the bat, hit the splice, and an absolute dolly there for Javadna. So a big wicket for Malinga. It's 142 for 5.
Albi Moko is the new man in. Average of 22 has been used very effectively as a lower order destructive batsman. Today he'll have to show another facet to his batting, because he's got a lot of overs to play with.
Short, beautiful shot, picked up so quickly by Boucher.
Does love that cool shot. Scores freely through the leg side. Mark Boucher got into position beautifully. This time, full extension of the arms going as well. Then in front of square, that was a superb stroke.
Beautiful shot, lovely timing, lovely placement.
I thought that Sri Lanka paced their innings really well. I thought they played really sensibly, particularly against the spinners in the middle. We thought they got themselves a little bit behind at one time, but then again another partnership that just saw them over that 300 mark, which we thought was tough to get. So from South Africa's point of view, loss of Amla early didn't help, but then a good partnership with Cullis and Smith.
Well, it's a big appeal and given. Well, it's given. Mark Boucher is not happy. He thinks he's got down the track. He thinks he's taken himself outside the line. Umpire decided it was full, it was straight, and it was going to hit the stump. Not happy.
No, he's not. It did look like he got a long way down. We'll have to have a look if the ball hit him in line. So disappointment for Mark Boucher. Played pretty well. Tried to resurrect the South African innings, but he needed to be there for another 3 or 4 overs heading into that batting power play. So he advances, probably hitting just in line, maybe hitting middle of leg. So fair enough, I guess. Joy for Sri Lanka. Matthews strikes again. Boucher's gone for 26. South Africa 163 for 6.
Tempted to be cut away, gets an inside edge and a welcome boundary for Johan Botha.
It's a lucky boundary. Just looking square of the wicket on the offside. That inside edge could so easily drag the ball onto the stumps, but Johan Botha gets away with it. Gets away with a boundary.
That's well struck. Morkel hits it. It stays in.
Very good shot here by Morkel. Gives himself a little bit of room. Clears the front leg. Smashes it hard down the ground, nice and straight.
That's well struck. And even though the fielder at point got a hand to it, the ball still reached the boundary. Dilshan was the man diving across to his right. The effort was good, but in the end, not good enough to save the boundary. That's what South Africa need, the boundary of the first ball that Morkel plays.
There's the delivery, just angling across Morkel. Obviously giving himself a bit of room, maybe looking to go over mid-off. With the width, he's just allowed his hands to be freed. Managed to pierce the offside. Good effort by Dilshan. Just bouncing before him. Malinga, as us bowlers are, never happy.
That's picked away nicely. And that's sweet. Just one bounce over the rope. It's the second time he's played that shot off Malinga Botha.
I think he's picked up the slow ball, yeah. Picked it up early. Malinga likes to go to it. Yes, definitely the slow ball. I thought it had gone all the way, but maybe my eyes are deceiving me. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Botha, a very dangerous player. Sometimes opens the batting in the 4-day competition for his province.
That's 4 ball. Sliced away fine enough to beat third man. This is a big over so far with 1 ball to go. 14 off the over already.
Malinga will feel a little bit hard done by. See Botha with the slow ball. Thick edge, getting past Sangakkara. And on this outfield, it's no catching that.
He's got the feeling he's looking to mix it up a little too much here, Malinga. Not seeing too many of the Yorkers he's normally so good at.
I was just about to say, such a good delivery of it, such a good stop ball. I don't know why he doesn't go back to it.
That's in the air, straight to mid-off. So Malinga strikes off the last ball. And a promising partnership broken here. Both other men dismissed. South Africa lose number 7.
Yes, big blow for South Africa. Jan Botha on his way, just starting to really find his touch. And some fantastic shots all around the wicket. Getting the scoring rate going. Maybe he was going for the Yorker, they didn't quite get it in. It's hit nice and flat. Good catch taken on the edge of the circle. Sri Lanka have all but won it now, I think.
It's 198 for 7. The wind has really picked up here at the Centurion as Roelof van der Merwe comes out to the middle. No mark with the bat. He is a powerful striker of the ball. At this stage, if rain were to stop play.
Never mind the rain. However, it might be the lightning stops play. I know if I was anywhere near a golf course, I'd be heading for the clubhouse. Simon braving the elements.
It's really coming down now, and off goes Simon Tofu. It's got very heavy, and it does come from that direction. It's coming from Joburg. It's rained heavily there. And immediately the covers are being asked for. So rain stops play, 206 for 7. And remember on the Duckworth Lewis, if there were to be no more play now, Sri Lanka would be comfortable winners. South Africa way behind on the Duckworth Lewis. Really, it's been a good, solid performance by the Sri Lankans here today. They batted well, Dilshan leading the way. And the spinners have done a good job, especially Mendes. So that's the South African card for you. Good partnership between Callis and Smith. When they were going, it looked as if South Africa were going to put up a fight, but then came Mendes, and then wickets started falling at regular intervals.
Let's have a look at the bowling fingers. Malinga only bowled 1 over in his first spell, but come back and picked up some 2 vital wickets. Kularasekaria and Matthews put under a bit of pressure by Smith and Callis up front, but held their nerve, managed to get a few breakthroughs. Mulathan, a bit more expensive than he's usually come to be used to. And there's the star performer, Mendes, 7 overs, 3 for 30. Ripped the heart out of the South African batting line out.
Graham, you looked rusty today from the outset.
Look, I think first outing in a while, but I don't think we can make an excuse about that. I think the guys up front, Dilshan and Kumar, played really, really well, and we just never really got our basics right tonight and really cost ourselves.
Well, it's still early days in the tournament, but it's a kind of tournament where you cannot afford to be lethargic or complacent early on.
No, it's not. We've got to improve very quickly, and we've got 1 day in between sort of our next fixture, which is New Zealand on Thursday. So we've got some thinking to do, some planning to do for that game, and hopefully a lot better performance that we know we're capable of.
Now, one positive thing was that partnership between you and Jacques. Both looked in excellent touch.
Yeah, I mean, having had elbow surgery in the winter, to come back and play well is obviously nice. To get to feel the ball hit the bat and be able to hit the ball hard again is nice to know. But as I say, as a captain, you just got to look at the team and see where we can improve, and that's generally my focus now going into Thursday.
2 days to go. If there's one area you want to improve on, what would that be?
Well, I think, having not played in a long time, basics is a crucial aspect, extras, not being able to execute game plans, adapting to surfaces, all those little things. We've got to really be able to think better on our feet, and hopefully on Thursday we can do that.
Good luck for the next game, Graham.
Thanks very much.
Sri Lanka outplayed South Africa after South Africa had won the toss and put them in 319 for 8. That man of the match performance from Dilshan, 106, came from just 92 balls. Jayawardena scored a very quick 77 and South Africa in response were always behind, falling 55 runs short on the Duckworth-Lewis method.